So here we've got some questions that look like they're using the rules of indices. So the first question says we've got to simplify x to the power of 7 times x to the power of 3. So what we've got to remember is that when we're timesing with the same bases, so the bases here are both x's, we can add the powers. So this is going to be the equivalent of 7 plus 3, so x to the power of 10. So the answer here, x to the power of 10. The reason it works, remember, is that x to the power of 7 means you'd have written out x 7 times. Then you'd have written out x to the power of 3, which would have been another 3 x's written out, all those multiplied together. Therefore, you'd have been multiplying 10 x's, which is the same as writing x to the power of 10. The next question says we're going to simplify m to the power of 4 raised to another power. So we need to remember that if we've got something to the power of raised to another power, then the rule says we multiply the two powers. So this will be m to the power of 12. So the answer here, m to the power of 12. Again, we could check that that works because we could realise what this means. Is cubing is saying take the thing in the bracket, times it by itself, and times it by itself again. So that's what cubing means. And from the original question here, we saw that the powers, when we're timesing with the same bases of x, we added the powers. Well, the same thing will happen here because we've got the same base as m. And so therefore we could add those three powers and we'd end up with m to the power of 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is going to be m to the power of 12. So two ways we could think about this question: using the multiply rule, or we could write it out in full and then use the add rule. This question is asking us to simplify. So simplify means to cancel through as far as you can. So we do it bit by bit. So if we take the numbers themselves first, we've got 36 divided by 12, which is 3. We've then got an a divided by a to the power of 5. So a divided by a to the power of 5. Well, that tells us that a is power 1. It's on its own, so it's power 1. When we're dividing with the same bases of a, then the rule says we can take away the powers. So 1 take away 5 is negative 4. So that will give an answer of a to the negative 4. And then we've got the f's to deal with. And here we've got f to the power of 8 divided by f squared. And again we're dividing, so we can take away the powers. So 8 take away 2 is 6. So we end up with f to the power of 6. We combine all of these into our final answer. And our final answer then will be 3f to the power of 6. Now the negative power here tells us that we should be putting that on the bottom of the fraction. So it's a to the power of 4 on the bottom. Again, if you remind yourself, there is a rule that says a to the power of negative something is 1 over the original base to the power. Excuse me. And therefore we can change the negative 4 here into 1 over a to the power of 4. So that would be our final answer for that question. So some examples of simplifying using the rules of indices.